Sunrise does not promise sunset. Good morning, everyone. Alan here. Got the wisdom cup today just because I wanted to share a little bit of wisdom and a life lesson. Isn't that quote so true? Sunrise does not promise sunset. We have to make each and every day count. There are people waking up today that won't make it till sunset. Something will happen. It could be natural, it could be unnatural, automobile accident, a disaster, this or that. But every day we don't know, and we are not guaranteed to make it through that day. And that should make you think about it a little bit. And some people are afraid of thinking about death, and I've never been afraid of it. And it probably goes back to being a kid watching the Billy Jack movies. People know that Billy Jack was an influence of mine. It's one of the reasons I pursued Hop Keto and continue to train and teach Hop Keto today. I was fortunate enough to be able to meet Grandmaster Bong Soo Han and train with him before he passed away of cancer, because he did the stunts in Billy Jack, and then he actually had a speaking role in the trial of Billy Jack. And it was the trial of Billy Jack that sort of really got that lesson about death, and I got it, and I never forgot it. I mean, it's always been with me since the first time I watched that movie. Now, that doesn't mean I always remember it when I need to, okay? I mean, I've always remembered that scene and that lesson, but sometimes when I needed it most, maybe I didn't. And that's just because we're always working to better ourselves and to improve. And the lesson from that movie, if you remember it, it was when he was on trial, actually on the witness stand, and he said he wasn't afraid of death. Death was his constant companion. And the attorney asking questions like, what do you mean by that? And he said that all of us have death as a constant companion, which isn't that true. We are all going to die. No doubt about it. We're going to die. We're just not sure when. And actually years ago, on a sidetrack, I wrote a poem. I used to write some different poems and different things, but I remember writing one, and the only person that knows when they're going to die is the person that commits suicide, right? Okay. But it's with us all. We're going to die. And with that fact and embracing it, not being afraid of it, how Billy Jack explained it is, even in the worst crisis, you stop and think, would this be as important if I just learned I only had 2 weeks to live? So think about that. Are the problems or the things that are so, upsetting right now in your life, would they be that important if you learned you only had 2 weeks to live? And then on the flip side, Billy Jack talked about, if this were your last day on earth, are the things you're doing and what you're doing what you would want to be the last thing that you did? Okay. So you learn to be detached from things, because is anything really that important when you realize that you're going to die? But then you learn to appreciate everything that much more, because we don't know. Okay. So we need to appreciate things, because what if sunset doesn't come tonight? We want to make sure the last things we do, that we're appreciating it and doing things that are important to us. Going to say good morning to Jay. I appreciate you being here, Jay. Always good to see you and have the good mornings from you. So that's what I'd like you to take a little bit of time today. And I like Sunday to be a fun day. Remember Manic Monday? Susanna Hoff with the Bangles. Sundays are a fun day. So I want to have some fun on Sunday. But I also like to take Sunday to do some thinking sometimes, and some pondering about life, some planning, looking forward to what's going to happen, next. And I think the quote from Billy Jack, or the lessons from the trial of Billy Jack, and that quote that sunrise does not promise sunset is something we can think about for a moment, and then think about our lives. And if we're really stressed about something right now, if you have something really going on, start thinking, would it be that important if you found out you were going to die in a couple weeks? And where would you put your attention if you found that out? And why aren't we putting our attention in those areas now? Because we don't know. And then I also want us to think about appreciating every little thing, because it could be our last. It could be the last time you say goodbye to somebody, or hug somebody, or appreciate somebody. So make it meaningful, because we just don't know. Wes says you're going to die is an awesome thing to know. It allows you to do something about it. That's right, Wes. And it makes us live more purposefully. Dixon says the trick to living life fully is to continue to opposing concepts. Plan as if you will live forever, yet act as if this was your last day on earth. Great lesson. Thank you for sharing that, Dixon. I mean, both Wes and Dixon are right on target with, we need to not be afraid of death or fear death, which so many people are. They don't even want to think about it, right? And instead, we need to embrace it, accept it, and use it to make ourselves better and our lives better. Like Dixon, that's great. We're going to plan to live forever. I mean, I'm not going to stop planning because I could be dead tomorrow, but hopefully I live today to the fullest, just in case it's my last day, right? And that's what I want everybody else to do. I mean, that's part of enjoying life, succeeding in life, which is part of what this show and the Enjoy Life Safely website is about. I want people to succeed. I want you to enjoy life. I want you to experience more and have an enriched, full life. And by understanding that we're going to die and then taking everything serious like it could be our last day, that can help you have a more enjoyable, full, enriched life. And then obviously I teach a lot of safety because I want you to do it safe, because I don't want somebody to interrupt that. And I want you to be aware with situational awareness and prevent things from happening to you so you can continue to enjoy it. Wes just shared, John Addison says, live every day like it's your last. One of these days you'll be right. Exactly. That's what we're talking about. And it is so true. But myself included, all of us forget this lesson sometimes, don't we? We get upset over little things that we shouldn't be upset for. We waste the time, we waste a day away. We wallow in something where we waste a week or 2 or 3 away. Some people wake up after wasting a few years away for whatever reason, but it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter, because if you're listening to me right now, we can go forward. Whatever we've done in the past, whether it's been upset over things we didn't need to be upset over, whether it was wasting time, wasting our life, doing whatever, things that we regret, it doesn't matter, because right now we can go forward and we can live our life to the fullest and make things count. If you have some regrets that you can fix them. If you can't fix them, just got to let them go and drive on and do better in the future. That's for all of us. That's all we can do. We can't change what happened, but starting right now, we can change what's going forward. And because sunrise doesn't promise sunset, make each and every day count. Jay says, big time right. Make the day. That's what we got to do. So today's going to be a short one, because I got lots of things that I want to do today. It's not going to be my last. I will be back here tomorrow. At least I sure hope so. None of us can guarantee that, right? But I plan on seeing you here tomorrow morning. Have a fun Sunday. Have a productive Sunday. Take time to think a little bit about what's important in your life. Make a little plans for where you're going in the future. And as Wes likes to say, make it a dynamite day.